Marcus Smart. Luka was the one super involved on signing him. Sources say he called him not once, but multiple times to sway him to get him to sign with Los Angeles. To me, that was the biggest takeaway from this. Early in his career, Luka Doncic was a guy who would always say, I just play basketball. I'm not here to figure out the roster. Now he has his fingerprints all over this. Like I said, Mark Williams earlier at the trade deadline. Now the Marcus Smart signing. Now, like even at the beginning of the summer, he sat down with Rob Pelinka and JJ Redick at dinner in Los Angeles before he went overseas. And Rob Pelinka was seen with massive files in his hands. Yes, you can say it's about contract extensions and all the options there, but the contract extension's simple. They're either going to offer him that max 4-year deal or he's going to sign something shorter. It looked like they prepped him for what their plans were in free agency and moving forward. Luka, a guy in Dallas, before Nico Harrison got there, really didn't care about what was going on. Now that he's been burned by Nico, he wants his fingerprints all in this. What is your reaction to that and the signing of Marcus Smart?
I've always been confused about the reporting on the Lakers' differing timelines, where LeBron's camp is saying, we don't feel like we're really the priority because they want to focus on Luka in the future, and that's fine. When Luka's future is now. He's not 21 years old. He's not a young prospect. The Lakers' future with Luka is right now trying to compete for a championship, which is the exact same timeline that LeBron James should be in right now. It's competing for a championship, and Luka being hands-on is good. I will say the large files that Rob Pelinka was carrying and holding, it was all for nothing because two of the biggest offseason moves for the Lakers have been buyout players.
You just said it was good,
gifted
though.
From the players. I know it is good. The only reason they got Ayton is because the Blazers bought him out. That is lucky. The only reason they got Marcus Smart was because the Wizards bought him out. That's lucky. The Lakers, these players, these moves have fallen into their laps. They have not had to lift much of a finger, if at all, to get these things to happen.
There is a real possibility. The LA Lakers obviously had to waive Jordan Goodwin to bring in Marcus Smart after his buyout. There's a real possibility that Jordan Goodwin is better in 2025 than Marcus Smart is in 2025. If you put Marcus on any of those faster, quicker twitch guards in the Western Conference, he's not going to be able to handle it. The bigger guys, he can still hold, but this is a guy who's played a combined 50 games in the last 2 seasons. I'm not sure I would rather have that version of Marcus Smart on the team over Jordan Goodwin, a guy who came on late last year and had a pretty decent run. I've watched Marcus Smart not play season on end. I don't know how he fits schematically in a lineup with LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves. Even if you stagger those 3 guys, he doesn't fit next to any 3 of them. Yes, he was a great defender at one point. I'm not arguing he's still not a good defender, but the problem is he's a willing shooter. Do we really need him taking the shots that he likes to take next to Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic? That was my problem with this signing. I'm glad Luka's more involved because his timeline is win now. And as far as the farewell tour for LeBron James, that can be a bit of a, let me think about this for Luka Doncic and see how this year goes, because that will definitely be a distraction this season. I'm not going to take away from LeBron. He deserves that. But as far as a Marcus Smart thing, there's a world Jordan Goodwin has a better year.
I think that's absolutely crazy that you're even insinuating that Jordan Goodwin has a better year. Jordan Goodwin is on the Suns now.
Yep.
He was on the Suns before the Lakers, and before he had a couple game stint with the Lakers that was good, he was a player that virtually was nobody. He didn't play any meaningful minutes. He wasn't in a rotation, and he's not better than Marcus Smart. And let's get one thing straight. Playing for the lowly Memphis Grizzlies is not the same as playing for the glitz and glamorous Los Angeles Lakers. So I know I see the Ja Morant poster behind you, and you didn't like Marcus Smart's tenure with your team. If you think for a second the tenure with the Grizzlies is going to be the same as his tenure with the Lakers, you are heavily mistaken.
his tenure with the Memphis Grizzlies was a complete and utter failure. Not only that, he had to watch his team literally win a championship right after he left. I'm not arguing straight up player for player. Jordan Goodwin will have a better career. That's not what I'm arguing. One, I think he's a better fit with the three top options on the LA Lakers. Two, this version of Marcus Smart, who will not be available on a Lakers roster, who really needs depth and can use depth, that is a problem.
I think that he's going to have a healthy year. I'm putting my faith in it. I'm putting my chips in that. I think he's going to have a healthy year. And I think the Lakers have been really good this offseason, getting DeAndre in, getting a center, their biggest need. And I feel like the Lakers hater rate from the entire world has people overrating players like Jordan Goodwin. Oh wow, he's gonna be better than Marcus Smart. And
I
then
mean,
I have people
I'm
telling
not
me that
overrating anything. It's okay. Go ahead.
And then I have people telling me that DFS is the reason why they lost the all season. Like you're telling me going from DFS and freaking Jordan Goodwin to AN Smart and Laravia isn't a massive upgrade?
No, it's replacing Dorian Finney-Smith with Jake LaRavia. That's the problem. They were going to sign a big anyways. They didn't replace DeAndre Ayton or replace Dorian Finney-Smith with DeAndre Ayton. It is what they have done this offseason, you're right, has fallen into their lap. That is why it's not good.
Things can still be good and it could fall into your lap.
Okay. I think they got lucky, like you said.